What's up, everybody, guys? 2019 NBA Talk with Nick, guys. We're gonna check out Stephen A. Max Kellerman talk about Carmelo Anthony. Let's get it, guys, and I'm gonna give my opinion about it.
Carmelo Anthony at his best was a great player. His offensive prowess was good enough that it made up for defensive deficiencies, and he could be the centerpiece of a powerhouse, team that won 50-plus games. And while he still has some of these performances left in him, right, where he could give you 25 points, beyond what I thought even. Go out on a high note, man. Don't make them rip. In this case, don't make them rip the uniform off you. If you can do this and contribute to a winning team and show that you can still ball out and go out on top, or at least with some shine to you, I would prefer that. Because of the way he wasn't picked up by a team for a while, it looked like he was desperate, like he was begging for a job, like his ego was out of control and he didn't see how much he'd slipped and all that. He has a chance to rewrite the end.
I disagree with you, and I disagree with a lot of people who say that's because I view Melo differently.
That's okay. Let me just chime in real quick. What Max Kellerman said, it's not one thing that I did not disagree with him on. Stephen A. just stepped in and said, I disagree with you because I chime Melo differently. You get what I'm saying? If you chime him differently, then why you disagree? You just got different viewpoints. That's all I wanted to say. See, I don't really understand. Sometimes when Stephen A. be chiming on Max, I guess they got to have one person disagree and another person to agree for the show ratings. I don't know. But I really don't see what's the problem with Max Kellerman said is that if Melo have another opportunity to take the opportunity, and maybe he can even get a higher opportunity on a championship winning team. So I don't really see the problem.
I think they're 1-3 with him. They lost their first 3 games with him. They won the last game when he dropped 25. He's averaging 16 points, 39% shooting from the field, not that impressive. 39% shooting from three-point range, which is impressive. Let's be very, very clear about what we're saying here. Melo, drafted in the same draft as LeBron James, ain't no LeBron James. Never was, never will be. Was not Dwayne Wade. Once upon a time, one could argue that to some degree he was offensive.
Now, if you want to say, was Melo a LeBron James, to say never will be, when Melo first came into the NBA when he was like drafted on the Nuggets, Melo was a beast. So if you want to say LeBron, he was better than LeBron. You can't. Yeah, you're right. He wasn't LeBron James, but he was better than LeBron when he first came in. And, over the course of time, Melo got a little washed up, and in bad situations, LeBron James became better because LeBron James took care of his body better, and LeBron James had better opportunities than Melo. So don't sit here like LeBron was just always better than Carmelo Anthony. That was not the truth. Because at one point, Carmelo Anthony was a top 5 player in the NBA.
Never defensively. Okay, Chris Bosh, obviously, just a solid all-around damn good player. We get all of that. But when we look at Carmelo Anthony, the thing that I have a problem with is what I don't think anybody, and as somebody who knows him, I'm in a position to say this, I don't think people are appreciating what he's trying to say. Are you trying to tell me I can't be a top 9 player on 30 teams in the National Basketball Association? Let's think about that for a second. How many damn scrubs do we see on TV every night? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me that 30 teams, 30 max times 9, forgive me if my math is suspect, I believe that's 270. 30 times 9 is 270. Are we going to sit here with a straight face and tell me and tell everybody that there's 270 players in the NBA better than Carmelo Anthony right now?
That's not
Hell no. What I'm saying to you is this. I understand, Max, and I'm not trying to simplify it to that degree. I'm not trying to insult you or anybody else with the analytics and all of this other stuff and alluding to, well, you know what, there's more. I'm not ignoring
He's not. There's more specialization. So overall skills are not just the only thing we're looking at.
Let me tell you what I said to Melo when he landed in Portland. Shoot, attack immediately, or pass immediately. Because the knock against him wasn't that he couldn't play. They were saying he stalled the offense to hold and held the ball. If he doesn't hold the ball, if he contributes to fluidity of an offense, this dude can make a contribution to somebody. Is he averaging 20 a night? Those days are over. Could he average 15 a night? Sure. Could he average 15 a night on 41 or 42% shooting? Yeah, there's nothing spectacular about that. But is that a reason for him to be out of the NBA? That's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to say that Melo, as we once knew, is still that.
I mean, okay, guys, I want to chime in right here. The reason why I'm understand something about Carmelo Anthony being out of the NBA, they was blackballing Carmelo Anthony. They was, and that's the truth. But the problem with Carmelo Anthony is that Carmelo Anthony will kill your offense and he will kill your defense because Carmelo Anthony doesn't play very good defense. We have to understand that. Number two about Carmelo Anthony is that Carmelo Anthony does not know how to flow with the offense. Carmelo Anthony is more of an ISO. I get the ball and I shoot it. Either I'm gonna shoot this ball or I'm gonna pass it to you when 5 seconds on the shot clock. When I need a bailout. Now Carmelo Anthony is more of a humble player on the more of humbled. And Carmelo Anthony's like, look, I could play second fiddle to somebody. I don't mind passing the ball because I just want to compete. If Carmelo Anthony would have had that mindset early in his career, Carmelo Anthony, and no doubt in my mind, would have had a couple rings on him. Carmelo Anthony, when he was younger, he was arrogant. Carmelo Anthony was prideful. He cared about his money. Now Carmelo Anthony, when it gets to the last few bits of his career, he's regretting a lot. And he should have been thought about this.
Dude, he's not. But don't tell me that because you can average 15 points a game on 41 or 42% shooting, that you don't belong in the game of basketball when I'm watching guys getting paid who don't do that. That's his issue. And I think that's what we have to pay attention to.
But there's a bigger thing here because as much as now everyone has to be a Swiss Army knife player, we're talking about the ninth guy, on your bench, right? Usually that's a specialist, a 3-and-D guy, someone catch and shoot threes and can defend the perimeter. That's not Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, I brought this up before, is like a version at this point of a 4A player in baseball. Like he's a great AAA player. Somehow it doesn't translate to the major leagues. He'd be a star if there was a league between AAA and the majors. But at the major league level, as well-rounded as his game is, at the NBA level, as well-rounded as Carmelo's scoring ability is, none of it is any longer pitched high enough to be the focal point of an offense.
But see, what I'm saying to you is, I don't disagree with that.
But because it's Carmelo Anthony.
But see, this is where it's unfair. When you say because it's Carmelo Anthony, and I know where you're getting that from, because there's several executives that have sat there and they told me, look, Steven, he's Carmelo. How fair is it that I look at my coach and say, you're looking down at the bench of the future Hall of Famer and you're not going to play him? Well, how is it fair to put a coach in that position? I understand that. But my point is,
I mean, it was easy for a guy like James Harden to do that. I mean, James Harden and Chris Paul didn't give a crap about Carmelo Anthony. They didn't. They just cared about themselves at the time, and they was actually going back and forth with each other. James Harden, Carmelo Anthony. These folks did not care about Carmelo Anthony. They only cared about themselves, and we have to realize and understand that about Carmelo Anthony.
As we saw when I interviewed Carmelo Anthony on this show, that's not what he's asking for. And so if this man is sitting there saying, look, I understand that I'm not what I used to be. I understand that I'm not that guy. But don't tell me that 270 players are better than me for a roster in the NBA.
Okay, there are two things. One, when he gets to Portland, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm starting. Wait, well, hold on. I thought
he didn't ask.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I understand.
Talk to Walter. They came to him and said that because they were so depleted.
Right. I understand. But his comments weren't like, it wasn't like, oh, it didn't seem to me like this is a guy who wants to come or is like willing to come off the bench or like gung-ho about it. He clearly wants to play and start. He's competitive.
Sure.
My point is not whether Carmelo deserves the right to be on a roster.
I'm not even going right.
I know he does. And if he wants to be that dude who has love of the game to like, I don't care if I'm playing 5 minutes a game and I'm 50. I want to play if I'm good enough to play. Do you, as they say. What I'm saying is I don't want to see that become of Carmelo Anthony.
But what I'm saying is, hold on, Ross, because it's very important that I point this out. We also have to make up our mind as basketball folks, okay? Yeah. We want to highlight James Harden, as unstoppable as he is, dribbling the basketball and people standing around playing the role of spectator. We want to highlight Russell Westbrook, as unstoppable as he is, being ball dominant, although he was unselfish in Oklahoma City and gave up the ball a lot there. He's still Russell Westbrook, and there's things that you have to watch him do where you're sitting around playing spectator. We can't sit up there and say stuff about guys like that, but then look at a LeBron James and others who are more diplomatic and judicious in getting other people involved and more gifted at it, knowing that Melo hasn't been subjected to that, and then ignore that. When Melo was in Denver years ago and they went to the Western Conference Finals, it was with Chauncey Billups as your point guard, not Allen Iverson. Let's remember that and understand we're talking basketball here. The component that he brings to the table, don't tell me he can't make a contribution if you have the right
I thought
pieces
Melo was a
around him.
willing passer back then, too, actually, in that offense.
Thanks for watching ESPN on.
Okay, guys. To wrap this up, guys, I agree with the ending part of what Stephen A. Smith was saying about the Nuggets and Carmelo Anthony. But we got to understand something about Carmelo Anthony. His game now is that he's so used to being a star back in New York Knicks. Carmelo Anthony was ready, take it. He could take any shot he want, but Carmelo Anthony didn't understand that that wasn't a game. You're gonna get old, and that's one thing I loved about what Kevin Durant did when Kevin Durant with the Warriors. Kevin Durant was like, look, I'm not gonna let my career waste off on OKC. And I'm not learning anything. I want to learn some basketball, so I'm gonna go to another team to learn the attributes in it, what it takes to win, and what it takes to be in a motion offense. That I don't need to ISO dribble all day. I could pass the ball and get everybody else involved, so I could be a very high caliber superstar. That's what we got to understand something about what Kevin Durant did. Is that Kevin Durant gained something leaving the Warriors. And now it's up to him to apply that to his new team, Brooklyn Nets. Carmelo Anthony left New York and tried to take the same mentality of New York to Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets shut it down and said it's not going to work here. You're going to be standing in a corner just like everybody else and shooting threes. That's not Carmelo Anthony's game. Carmelo Anthony does not do that. Now since he's on the Trailblazers, Carmelo Anthony is more comfortable. He's like, okay, I'm prepared. I'm ready. I can play a little of my game, and I barely can play some defense because the Blazers have no defense. To be honest with you, and I could fit in the best way I can. Right now, Blazers are falling apart. Blazers is a very good team, but if they had some defense, they'd go farther. But right now, Carmelo Anthony, I want to salute my hat off to you and say, hold on, guys. I want to salute my hat off to Carmelo Anthony and say I wish you the best, man. I hope that you get all that you're looking for, and I hope that probably if you decide to stay on the Blazers, stay on the Blazers. If you decide to leave, I hope you decide to go to a championship team and contribute well there. All right, guys, this is NBA Talk with Nick, guys. I'm your sports analysis, guys. I get up with y'all later, and that is a wrap.